Hi everyone! Welcome to another 31 Days of Horror with me. Today we're going to be talking about another movie on the 50 Best Horror Movies You've Never Seen list. This movie was so well loved. It has a cult following. And this is such a random movie to have a cult following in my opinion, but I could totally see why it does. It has two sequels. This movie is called Basket Case. This movie is about twins who were born joint together, which I believe is conjoint, but I believe they call them Siamese in the movie. But they get separated because of how mutated one of them is, but the one who survives keeps his brother, and it's called Basket Case because this brother is so deformed and hideous and small. He literally lives in a basket. And it is really interesting that these brothers are interacting together. They experience some of the same things that the other one does. Like, I'm not sure if it's telepathically, but there's a dream thing. It really interesting. This movie even has male nudity in addition to female nudity, which isn't very common, especially from what I've seen from the older movies. You think the Deadpool fighting floppy genitalia thing is much, wait till you see the running naked down the streets of New York genitalia in this one. There's a lot of really good acting from the main cast, not so much the supporting or background cast. The main actor, Kevin Von Heittrich, did both the portrayal of the human as well as the voice special effects of his brother, who doesn't ever actually speak, but they talk telepathically. They did a really good job. Phenomenal actor for this entire movie. I think if they had picked a different actor and they did not get the results they did, this movie would have been a flop instead of the cult following that it has been. But my favorite part of the entire movie was the use of claymation. I love claymation, and the fact that this movie used claymation totally upped it for ratings for me. I'm not gonna lie, I am so biased towards that technique. And I do have to ask, seeing a lot of the movies that I have on this list, what is it with people's obsession in monster rape? I really don't get this. This is another movie that involves a monster raping a woman. It's, of course, my least favorite part of the movie. I just don't understand it, people. This movie does actually have some terrifying elements to it. I do recommend seeing it. I haven't seen the sequels, and I kind of want to see the sequels after how the whole movie ends and be like, how'd you get sequels with this ending? Like, they did it, but whatever. I'm actually interested to see what is shown in the sequels with what we know about the characters. A terrifying concept in this movie is the fact that the monster conjoined twin was removed in, like, the surgery was done in the family's kitchen on the table, pretty much against the will of both twins. And because the parents wanted it, they got doctors to come in and perform it. There were 3 of them, I believe. It's just kind of really disturbing to think of a family willing to go that far for something that they're ashamed of, that in secret they will hire these doctors to do this surgery. It opens a lot of things in my mind about, does this happen? Could this happen? I do rate this one a 3 overall. I think it's an extremely interesting premise. The puppetry, the claymation were so good, especially for that time period of the early 80s. They did such a good job with it. I would have given it a 4 if it weren't for the rape scene, but unlike a lot of the other movies that I watched, the rape scene actually furthers the plot and the situation and the character development versus everything else I've watched just doesn't. So I do give it a 3 because of that. If it wasn't for the rape ethic on some other way, I would have given it a 4, but it's not my movie. I didn't write it. Thank you for watching. I hope you're enjoying my 31 Days of Horror movie reviews. Please like, subscribe if you haven't, follow my social medias. I love Halloween, and one review is one day closer. So from my dark heart to yours, have a wonderful holiday season, and please don't die before my next video.